Strippers.
Mike Wilmer.
Bands make her dance.
Don't you hate it when you want to skate a ledge or curb, but you don't have any wax and it's sticky? You don't want to go out and buy $10 wax. So, my name is Jake, and today I'm going to teach you how to make homemade skate wax. Alright, so first you're going to need a can. You could use any can you want. I'm just using this one because I just finished this Arizona. And this is what we're going to put everything in and melt down. You are also going to need some butter, a candle, and some vegetable or olive oil. You're also going to need a pan. Okay, for next step you're going to want to cut just this part where it starts to get like all circular. And I'm just using an X-Acto knife. You could use whatever you have to cut, scissors or something. Just cut around the top. Now that you've cut this off, the top part, you're going to want to dry out the inside. There may still be some remainder juice or whatever is in the can, soda. And yeah, let's do that now. You want to be very careful because this is super sharp and it'll cut you super easily, so yeah. You could just throw this little lip thing in the trash if you're not going to use it anymore, so just throw that away. It looks pretty dry. It'll do. Now, let's move on to the next step. Now, you're going to want to cut up your candle. I'm not going to use that much, the whole candle, so I'm just going to cut like that much. And if you cut small chunks, it'll take shorter time to melt. So let's go. For this, I'm going to switch to like a box cutter because the blade is longer and it's easier to hold. Let's start cutting. Okay, so now I've pretty much got a good amount. I might cut a tiny bit more, but now what we're going to do, I was doing this on paper plate, so you could grab your can and like make it into a taco, and now you're just going to pour it in there, all the wax, all the candle anyway. And there's an okay amount. I'm gonna do a little bit more so I can make more wax. Okay, as you can see, I've put a lot more wax. And now, what you want to do, grab your olive oil and just add a tiny bit. Don't add that much at all. You don't need that much. Just to help it be a little more slippery and slide more. Add a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. So you could barely tell. I put barely any. This will just help it slide more when you apply it to the curb. Same thing with the butter. I just use my finger. You grab a tiny bit of butter. Plop that in there. It'll make it the curb slide. When you grind more, it'll slide more on the curb. After you've done all that, put the candle, oil, and butter in the can. You're going to want to go to your pot. So let's go there now in the kitchen. Now we're in the kitchen. We got our pot. You want to put a tiny bit of water so you don't burn anything. You don't want too much water, just a tiny bit that will coat the bottom layer of the pan. If you can see, there's a small layer of water. Now, what you're gonna want to do is take your can with all the stuff in it and put it directly in the middle of the pot with the water. Okay, now you're just gonna want to turn on the fire and just put it on like medium to low heat. Mine's it's like a medium. Okay. Just a little bit more. There we go. Now you just gotta wait till this melts. Everything melts. It may take like 4 to 5 minutes. I'm not around there. Let's see. It's been like 4 or 5 minutes. Oh my! It got boggy. Okay, it's been like 4 or 5 minutes, guys. It's almost all the way melted. If you want to like make a different color, you guys add a couple crayons in there or add a candle that's a different color. I'm just going to add this in right now because it smells good. Because it's a different color, so I want it to turn all that color. Let's put it in. If you have a candle like this before you put it in, you want to take out the wick. Because there's also metal connected to it at the bottom. You don't want that to melt. It took about 10 minutes. I said it was 5, but it took about 10. But it's all melted on the inside. I added the color candle so it turns color. It's like purplish pink. You can mix it all around just to make sure it's all mixed together well. Melted. So now what you're gonna do is taking it. It's not too hot, but set there. And you're gonna wanna put it in the freezer. I'm gonna put it like right there. Put it in the freezer. Don't want it to spill, so just like put it somewhere where it won't spill. This might spill, but hopefully. And then you're just gonna wanna leave it there for a couple hours. So I'm gonna come back and check out in a few hours. Let's see what happens. Okay guys, so it's been a couple of hours and I just took this out. And as you can see, it's hard as a rock. And I put that purple candle in. It's purple and it smells super good. It's gonna be so buttery. So now what you have to do, it just comes out. You just shake it and it comes out. See? You might have to cut some. Ow, 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 ow. Not again. Guys, you gotta be careful. Because you could cut yourself and it hurts so bad. Ow. It stinks. So I'm gonna get a band-aid and I'll be back. Ow. I'm just like stopping it. So what you have to do, be careful. You guys, be careful. It hurts so bad if you get cut. Boom. There's still a tiny bit there, but it doesn't matter. It's barely any, you're not gonna miss it. Boom. Okay, hey guys, so I'm gonna now test out the wax. I have a homemade box I built. It's a little sticky, so I'm gonna wax it up and see how it slides. Okay, so now we're outside. The box is waxed and let's test it out. It's so buttery, even the locals can skate it. Okay guys, that was my video on how to make skate wax. It's a lot easier than going out and buying wax for money. You can just make it home for free. And it's super slick. Hopefully you liked this video. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and like down below. And goodbye.